Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Funlish Hub, where learning English is natural, practical, and fun. I'm Emma.
And I'm James. It's great to have you here with us again. Today's topic is one of my favorites because it's something people talk about everywhere, at school, at work, on dates, while traveling, even in awkward family dinners.
Laughs. That's true. Today we're talking about hobbies, and more importantly, how to talk about hobbies naturally in English.
Ah, yes. The famous question. So, what do you do for fun?
Honestly, that question can feel surprisingly stressful sometimes.
Exactly. Suddenly, your mind goes blank and you forget every interesting thing you've ever done in your life.
Laughs. Yes. Someone asks about your hobbies, and suddenly you're like, well, I breathe sometimes.
I stare at my phone professionally.
I open the refrigerator 10 times a day without eating anything.
That is definitely a hobby for some people.
But hobbies are actually a fantastic conversation topic because they help people connect.
Absolutely. When you talk about hobbies, conversations become more personal, relaxed, and interesting.
And today, we'll help our listeners learn useful vocabulary, natural expressions, and conversation tips so they can talk about hobbies more confidently in English.
Plus, we'll probably embarrass ourselves by revealing our own hobbies.
That's part of the Funlish experience.
All right, Emma, let's start with a simple question. What exactly is a hobby?
A hobby is an activity you enjoy doing in your free time. It's something you do for pleasure, relaxation, or personal interest.
Exactly. And hobbies can be anything. Reading, painting, cooking, hiking, gaming, photography, gardening, dancing, collecting things.
Watching cooking videos at midnight even though you never cook.
Ah, yes. A modern hobby.
So when someone asks about your hobbies, the simplest answer is, I enjoy or I like.
For example, I enjoy playing basketball, or I like reading mystery novels.
Very natural and easy to use.
You can also say, I'm really into...
Ooh, that's a great expression. Very conversational.
Yes. For example, I'm really into photography these days.
Or, I'm really into fitness and healthy cooking lately.
I like that word lately. It makes the sentence sound natural and current.
Exactly. Because hobbies can change over time.
That's true. Last year, I was obsessed with learning guitar.
Obsessed? That sounds intense.
It was. I watched tutorials every night and practiced constantly.
Wow. So, can you play now?
I can play exactly 12 seconds of one song.
Laughs. Progress is progress.
Thank you for your emotional support.
You're welcome, but actually, obsessed with is another useful phrase for talking about hobbies or interests.
Yes, you can say, I'm obsessed with cooking shows, or I've recently become obsessed with running.
Another very natural phrase is, I'm a big fan of.
Right, like I'm a big fan of board games, or I'm a big fan of outdoor activities.
These expressions make your English sound more relaxed and fluent.
Now, Emma, let me ask you something. Why do people love talking about hobbies so much?
I think hobbies show personality. They reveal what makes people excited, relaxed, or curious.
That's true. You can learn a lot about someone through their hobbies.
Exactly. If someone loves hiking, maybe they enjoy nature and adventure. If someone enjoys painting, maybe they're creative and patient.
And if someone collects 27 houseplants?
Then they probably spend a lot of money on tiny pots.
Laughs. Fair enough.
Another important thing is learning how to continue the conversation after someone mentions a hobby.
Ah, yes. Many learners answer the question, and then the conversation dies completely.
Exactly. Imagine this. What are your hobbies? I like music. Okay.
Laughs, conversation finished. Everyone goes home.
So you need follow-up questions.
Like, what kind of music do you listen to?
Or, how long have you been playing guitar?
How did you get interested in photography?
These questions keep the conversation flowing naturally.
And people usually enjoy talking about things they love.
Definitely. When someone talks about a hobby they enjoy, their energy changes completely.
Yes. Suddenly, they become more animated and expressive.
I once met someone who spent 20 minutes talking about bread baking.
20 minutes? About bread?
Yes. Honestly, it was fascinating. By the end, I felt emotionally connected to bread.
Laughs. That's the power of passion.
Exactly. Enthusiasm makes conversations interesting.
Speaking of hobbies, I think many people feel embarrassed about their hobbies sometimes.
That's true. People worry their hobbies sound boring or strange.
But honestly, unusual hobbies can make conversations more memorable.
Absolutely. Imagine meeting two people. One says, I watch TV. The other says, I build miniature trains in my garage.
I immediately want to know more about the train person.
Exactly. Specific details make conversations interesting.
So instead of saying, I like sports, you could say, I play tennis every weekend with my friends.
Or instead of I like movies, say, I'm really into science fiction films from the 1980s.
Ooh, very specific. Very interesting.
Thank you. I practiced being interesting before the episode.
Laughs. It's working.
Another great thing about hobbies is that they help people make friends,
Definitely. Shared hobbies create instant connection.
especially when traveling or meeting new people abroad.
Yes, you might not have the same background, but if you both love photography or basketball or cooking, suddenly you have something to talk about.
That's why hobby-related vocabulary is so useful in English conversations.
Let's teach a few more natural expressions.
Good idea. Here are some useful ones. I spend a lot of time.
In my free time, I usually,
One thing I really enjoy is,
I've recently started.
I've always wanted to try.
Ooh, that last one is excellent for conversations because it creates new topics immediately.
Exactly. For example, I've always wanted to learn surfing.
Then the other person might say, Really? I tried surfing once.
And suddenly, you have a real conversation.
Although sometimes hobbies become expensive very quickly.
Oh yes, some hobbies quietly destroy your wallet.
Photography is dangerous. First you buy one camera, then suddenly you're researching lenses at 2 in the morning.
Laughs. That happens with many hobbies.
I knew someone who started making coffee at home as a hobby.
Sounds harmless.
3 months later, he owned a machine that looked like laboratory equipment.
Laughing. Some people take hobbies very seriously.
But honestly, hobbies are important. They reduce stress and make life more enjoyable.
I completely agree, especially now when people spend so much time working or looking at screens.
Hobbies give people balance.
Yes, and they can also improve confidence. Learning a new skill feels rewarding,
Even if you're bad at it at first.
especially if you're bad at it at first.
That's true. Every hobby begins with awkward beginner moments.
I remember trying yoga for the first time.
Let me guess, it did not go smoothly.
At one point, I fell over so dramatically that the instructor stopped speaking for 5 seconds.
Laughs loudly. Oh no!
It was deeply embarrassing, but also strangely motivating.
That's a good lesson, actually. You don't need to be perfect to enjoy a hobby.
Exactly. Hobbies are supposed to be fun, not stressful.
Unless your hobby is competitive chess. Those people look stressed all the time.
Laughs, true.
Before we finish today's episode, let's give our listeners a simple formula for talking about hobbies naturally in English.
Great idea. Here's an easy structure. First, say the hobby. For example, I'm really into cooking.
Then, explain why you enjoy it, because it helps me relax after work.
Then add details. I especially enjoy trying recipes from different countries.
Perfect. Simple, natural, and conversational.
And remember, the goal is not to sound perfect. The goal is to connect with people.
Exactly. Conversations become memorable when people share genuine interests and stories.
So don't be afraid to talk about the things you love, even if they seem small or unusual.
Someone out there is probably just as emotionally connected to bread as Emma is now.
Please stop bringing up the bread story.
Never.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today on Funlish Hub.
We hope this episode helps you feel more confident talking about hobbies in English.
And now we want to hear from you. What's your favorite hobby? And how did you get interested in it?
Leave us a comment and share your story with us.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Funlish Hub with your friends and fellow English learners.
Keep practicing, Keep exploring new interests and keep enjoying the learning journey.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.